Figure 9.4 CommissionEmployee.java and Figure 9.5 CommissionEmployee Test.java. In this example, we introduce a new class called CommissionEmployee, which eventually is going to be used as a superclass for another class called Base Plus CommissionEmployee. Our CommissionEmployee class, as you can see here at lines 6 through 10, has 5 pieces of private data: strings to represent the first name and the last name, a string to represent the social security number, and then 2 private double values to represent the gross sales and the commission rate. The way a commission employee is going to get paid is by multiplying together the gross sales times the commission rate. Now, the key difference between a commission employee and a base plus commission employee is that a base plus commission employee, in addition to being paid a commission, is also going to get a base salary. So the two classes are going to be quite similar, and because they have so much commonality, we've created this commission employee class first, which is going to have all of the common attributes or data and all of the common functionality or methods that we will use to manipulate that data. Now, before we get into this class in detail, please notice here on line 4 that we have a new feature. It says extends object with a capital O. Now remember, when you see a capital first letter, that means that you're looking typically at a class name. In the next lesson, we'll also talk about interface names as well. And if you see a class name that's not imported and that you didn't explicitly define, that means that the class comes from the java.lang package. Now, class object, it turns out, is the most superclass in all of Java. Every single class that you ever define is a direct or indirect subclass of class object, which basically means that you never start from scratch when you build a class in Java. And before we even go into detail in our commission employee class here, we'd like to take a quick look at the documentation for class object. So I've pulled up the online documentation for the Java APIs from the java.sun.com website. And if you go to the java.lang package up here in the upper left corner, you can then see your list of interfaces and classes within that package. And if we scroll down, you see the object class here. And here is the overview of class object. Up here in the summary links, we have the list of methods from class object, and I'm going to click that to show you all of the methods that you get for free when you create a new class definition. And you'll notice a new keyword which we'll be discussing shortly, the protected keyword, in a couple of cases. In the online docs, when you don't see protected over here, then the methods are considered to be public by default. You'll always see the return type on the left side here, and then the name of the method and its parameter list on the right side, along with a brief description. So just quickly overviewing the methods that you get for free when you create a new class definition. Every class that you create has a clone method. By default, it's a protected method, which basically means any client of your class cannot see that method unless you were to redefine how that method works and make it a public method. This is a concept that we'll talk more about as we proceed through this lesson. Clone basically is used to make a copy of an existing object and make sure that the new object that you create doesn't have any common references to the same objects in memory. Therefore, each object is a physical copy of the other. We also have an equals method, which would be used to compare two objects for equality. We've discussed the finalize method and the fact that it gets called by the garbage collector to clean up an object right before the object is removed from memory. That originates in class object. This is an interesting method. getClass actually returns the type of an object. So every object in Java knows its own type. The type gets returned as an object of a class that happens to be called class, and that class gives you all sorts of interesting capabilities that have to do with concepts called introspection and reflection. And basically, amongst those capabilities are things like the ability to dynamically load a class at runtime, to discover what the type of an object is at runtime, to create new objects of a class and interact with those objects at runtime as well. So if those concepts are interesting to you, you might want to take a look in detail at the class called class. Every class has a hash code method as well. So if you are familiar with the concept of a hash table data structure, basically any object in Java could be used as the key in a hash table data structure. Every class in all of Java has methods called notify, notify all, and these three wait methods down at the bottom here. Together, those methods are used with the multi-threading capabilities of Java to help implement something called thread synchronization. And then finally, one other method that we've started to talk about previously, the toString method. Every single class in all of Java has a toString method that returns a string representation of a given object of the class. And as we've discussed previously, Java can treat any object as a string. So for example, if you concatenate an object with a string using the plus or plus equals operators, the object will be converted to a string with a call to its toString method. Also, if you try to output an object as a string, its toString method will be called as well.
Looking to advance your career by acquiring new skills? Tired of expensive off-site training programs? Wish you could learn from the best instructors in the industry? Look no further than live lessons. Self-paced, personal video instruction by the world's leading technology publishers. Each live lesson comes with a DVD featuring 3 to 4 hours of instructor-led classroom training, sample program code that allows you to work along with your personal instructor, and an example-rich study guide. Live lessons allow you to watch the entire course from start to finish, or navigate directly to any of the individual lessons. You'll literally watch over the shoulder of your instructor as he shows you how to build state-of-the-art applications. Live lessons, the power of the world's leading technology experts at your fingertips. To learn more, visit mylivelessons.com today.